Hello, brothers and sisters out there. How you doing? I see Sister Shelly. I see my little sister Renee. I see my sister Pat. How you doing, Sister Pat? How you doing, Mother? Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sisters. We got a good topic to talk about tonight, and it's going to be very, very brief. Very brief, because I know some of you all want to get to look at stars and all that kind of stuff tonight, so I'm not going to hold you up that long, but it's something that I need to expound to you, not explain, and you're going to really enjoy this topic. It's about a certain type of difference between a man and a woman. Some of you have seen the title of it, but I'm going to embark more on it as we allow some more people to come in. We got a few more seconds, and I hope that you enjoy this Get Up music by my brother Genesis. He be kicking us off so we can have a very moving show. So come on in, all my brothers and all my sisters, and welcome to the beginning of a new week. You are blessed to have been through this past weekend, my brother, sister, and now you are on the beginning of a new week. Thank God for that, because I really thank God too. How you doing, Sister Flo? How you doing? Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sister. Thank you, Sister Pat. That's my brother Genesis that does the music for me. He always want me to give him a shout out, so that's my brother Genesis. But anyway, for those of you, this might be your first time looking at this particular content. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationship. Before I get more into it, Sister Flo Harvey Martin, she got a bag of popcorn and some soda. You all can see it right down there. Go ahead and get you a bag of popcorn. Go ahead and get you a soda. I want you all to come up a little closer. Take your shoes off, kick back. Now, take your shoes off now. It's your feet clean. Now, you got a little buzz on your toe jams and stuff. Keep your shoes on. But other than that, I want you all to take your shoes off, cross your leg, and let's get into this content. As I was saying, my name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationships. I talk about relationship basically from a biblical perspective. When I say biblical, I'm talking about strictly between a man and a woman. And when I say a man and a woman, my brother and sister, that's what I'm talking about. God created the man and he created the woman. So he didn't create two men at the beginning. He did not create two women at the beginning. He created man and woman. So if you different with what I just said, my brother and sister, you got what is called a free will, so you can do whatever you choose to do, okay? But by all means, you can still stay here and enjoy this particular broadcast, because we still got plenty of popcorn and soda for you all, so go ahead and grab it. Now, we're about to get into tonight's topic. Tonight's topic is there a difference between men and women cheating? And you know I like to say things 3 times. Is there a difference between men and women cheating? Let that thought really penetrate your minds, my brothers and sisters. Again, is there, think about it, is there really a difference between men and women cheating? Now, my brother and sister, in order to cheat in a relationship, you need to then cross 3 hurdles, okay? Those hurdles are, and I say it all the time, you need to have declared yourself serious in a relationship. You need to have declared yourself committed in a relationship. You need to have declared yourself in a covenant relationship. Now, the question is, have you crossed those 3 hurdles? Have you jumped across? Because it's a difference between not being married and being married. Now, some people may differ with me on this, but there is a difference. This means that a man or woman shouldn't expect a faithful relationship unless he or she is all in with his or her mate. Now, when it comes to relationship, my brother says you got to be all in. Brother, that means you got to be all into the relationship. And sister, that means that you have to be all in the relationship. Now, if you look at it from God perspective is he want the man and the woman to move from the engagement period to marriage. That's totally God position. Now, the world have a different position. The world position is you could say that you're serious and you could say that you're committed. But, you know, and some people say, well, I'm in a covenant relationship. But are you in a relationship as how God would view it? So the question is your relationship based on God's point of view or the world's point of view? So based on your point of view, you're going to have different outlooks on this particular topic that I'm discussing, okay? Now, I'm not really here to talk about the different types of cheating, my brother and sister. I'm not here to talk about the different types of cheating. I'm here to discuss, is there a difference between men and women cheating? Now, the answer to this question, my brother and sister, it comes down to 2 points of view. It comes down to 2 points of view. Now, the part of cheating that I'm going to focus on tonight is the physical part of cheating. Now, there are different types, but I'm not here. But I'm going to focus on the physical part. So there was a beginning before it progressed to the physical part, okay? That was a starting point. But we're going to talk about when that man or woman actually crossed that line and he or she was, quote unquote, in a serious, quote unquote, a committed, quote unquote, serious relationship. Sister Pat said, declare yourself in a serious relationship, committed in a covenant relationship. Amen, sister. Now, my brother and sister, to be more specific or to say it differently, when I say there's 2 points of view, how you doing, Sister Deborah? When we are talking about this particular topic, those of you that are coming in, tonight's topic is there a difference between men and women cheating? Now, again, the answer can be viewed from 2 points of view. The part of cheating that we're going to focus on tonight is the actual physical part of cheat, or to say it differently, when the penis enter into a woman's vagina. How direct can I get? That's as direct I can get when the penis go into the woman's vagina, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Now, again, there are 2 points of view. One, when I said, is there a difference between a man and a woman? No, there's not no different. There's not really no different. If a man and a woman is serious, is a man and a woman committed in a covenant relationship, there's no difference in the cheating. There's no different whatsoever. If you look at it from a spiritual standpoint, there's no different whatsoever. Once a man enters to another woman's vagina, or once a woman allow another man to put his penis into her vagina, and they are in a serious committed covenant relationship, there's no difference. That's just strictly to the point. There's no difference. Now, the second part of it, point of view is, yes, there is a difference when you look at it from society's standpoint. Now, from society's standpoint, society look at it like these, and breaking it down. When most of the time, sister, and you might be aware of it, you know, men and women are different. The brothers are different from you, sister. Brothers, they're different from you. Okay? The brothers are different from you, sisters. And brothers, the women are different from you. We don't think the same. How you doing, Sister Cheryl? We don't think the same. We don't move the same. So it's going to be some differences. Those of you coming in, tonight's topic is there's a difference between men and women. And I have just said that no. If you look at it from a spiritual standpoint, there's no difference. Because the man and woman, they violated the terms of their relationship. Especially before God, okay? But now, on the other hand, when you look at it from a society standpoint, this is what happens when it comes to society. Now, and that answer would be yes, from society standpoint, there is a difference. And what do I mean by different? Society would say that men mostly have sex with another woman outside the union of his relationship, basically physical. When most men, sister, believe it or not, but that's just how it is most of the time. When men have sex with other women, it's basically physical, meaning that the man detach his mind basically, and he wanted to detach his emotion from it. Because let me tell you something, my sisters, and I have talked about this on some of my other broadcasts. When men they build up test drones in their bodies. It's a constantly build up in the man's body, and that happened down in the scrotum area of the man's anatomy. So it's a constant build up of sperm. Just like I'm sitting here talking to you, there's a constant build up. And you see that build up level, it's gonna get to a point whereas the man, he's gonna have to make one of three choices. He's either, and I'm talking about even if the man, I'm talking about the man that's in a relationship with a woman. He's supposed to be, he's supposed to be serious. He's supposed to be committed. He's supposed to be in a covenant relationship. Okay, so that means that this man, his body is continuing, and this is what you sister need to know. Because some of you women out there, y'all be saying men's are dogs and stuff like that. It's not that men's are dogs. It's that testosterone that be in the man's body. It's a buildup. It's a constant buildup. You just don't know it'll be a constant buildup, especially if the man is somewhat healthy. And when a man is younger, it seems like it's on and popping, right? But when a man get older, even if a man get older and he got in some pretty decent health, that testosterone going to build up in his body, okay? So this is what you sisters need to understand. So therefore, when the testosterone build up in the man's body, it's going to affect him mentally. What do I mean by mentally? I mean that some men don't understand their body. All they think about, I just need to get some, per se. That's what some men think. I just need to go get some, okay? And I mean, they could have the wife in their homes. They could actually have the wife in the homes, but they step out. And you see, they step out and their main thing is, I'm just going to go be with another woman because I need, quote unquote, a little excitement. I'm just telling you how some men think, okay? It's not right, but that's how some men think. Even if they have a good woman right up under their roof. It's basically physical, and it's basically, he just want to change it. When the man go be with another woman, and it's wrong. I'm not sanctioning anything like that. It's wrong. I'm telling you that's wrong, but that's how it is for a lot of men. That's why a lot of men do it, to be released, because this is what's going to happen. The man, he's either going to do the sperm level, it's going to come out one of three ways. That man either going to masturbate, that man is either going to have a wet dream, or that man going to have to get physical with another woman. Even, I'm talking about even his wife, okay? Even his wife, but we're talking about cheating. Some men, they'll go out there and cheat with another woman, but they don't have no intention of physically leaving their homes and their lifestyle with their wife. Now, some of you saying, okay, if he go physical cheat, he have left home. In essence, the man have left the relationship. He actually have left the relationship. But in the man's mind, when we look at it from a world point of view, the man don't see himself as leaving his home. Because the man still think, I'm going to keep my wife, I'm going to keep my children, I'm going to be the good father, I'm going to be the good husband. I'm just going out here just to sow my oats. And it don't be no wild oats, it's just to sow oats. It's for variety. And sister, if you want me to try to help you to understand why men do that, because some of you sisters saying, Tony, if he have a wife and his wife there to have sex with him, why he go to another woman? This is a deep thing, my sister, and I would just talk about the physical part of it, okay? But it's another thing too when we get a little to the spiritual part of it. It's called lust. It's called lust. Men are visual. Men, a lot of time, they like variety. And some of you saying right now, if a man like variety, why did he get married? Different men get married for different reasons. Okay, different men get married for different reasons. So a lot of time, men could do this. They'll go out there, do it, and then they'll come home straight face and like nothing didn't happen unless they get caught. So basically, men do it because it's just physical. It's just physical. Now, why do women do it? Why do women go outside the home and cheat? Question, okay? Like I said, men and women move and think differently. A lot of time we got to understand this. Women, as we know, women are emotional. Women love attention. They do. They emotional and they love attention. The dangerous thing about that is if the woman sometimes, if she's lacking attention from her man that she's with, remember she's in a serious, committed, and covenant relationship. If he's not satisfying her emotionally, giving it to her, building her up, brother, the thing about it, you got to know your woman before you even get after you get past the serious and committed relationship. You got to understand what type of woman you have. Do you have a woman that crave for attention? And you can tell a lot like, for example, social media. This thing is real popular, brother. If you are dating a woman that likes to be showing up on Facebook and she don't say nothing, she don't contribute to nothing, she just want people to look at her and compliment her, you got a woman that's seeking attention. There's nothing wrong with someone putting stuff on social media. It's nothing like that. But if you have a woman that all she does, she don't say anything, but she just like posting pictures on social media, but she don't say nothing. She looking for compliments, okay? If you got one of these type of women, brother, you got to know what type of woman you have. Because other guys, they're going to come after her because she craving for attention. That's why, brother, you have to know, and you have to feed your woman's attention if you got one of those type. Because you see what's going to happen if you don't feed that woman's attention, and especially if you ignoring her and you talking down to her and you treating her bad and all that kind of stuff, you're opening her up for another man. And you see, when you opening her up for another man, the danger part is when this other man get into your woman's head. That's the danger part, because when this other man get into this woman's head, he's going to be moving you out of her head. So most of the time, not all the time, listen to me carefully, most of the time, but not all the time, a lot of time when women cheat because they're not getting that type of energy from you that you need to be doing, brother. You have to be very attentive to your woman. You have to know that she's emotional. She doesn't think like you, so you got to feed it. It's like wintertime all the time. You got to continue to put the logs in the fire, brother. They're just all to it. You might not need all that. You might look for respect, but they need that emotional spark, brother. So you got to continue to put that log in the fire over and over and over again. You have to continue to do it. It's going to be wintertime all the time, brother. So when you get serious, committed, and in a covenant relationship, you have to do it. If you don't, and you treating her bad on top of that, and these other guys talking to her, if they building her up and you are not, more than likely she's opening herself up to do that to you. And so when she does it, a lot of time, as we know it, a lot of time women start getting emotionally attached to that man because she allowed this man to enter into her body. And a lot of time during that time, women get confused. Not all the time, but a lot of time they get confused. And then we get to that spiritual part again. We're talking about the soul tie. They get the soul tie, and now she dealing with you, brother, and she dealing with another man. And if you're not treating her good, and sometimes she might be going to that other man not knowing that she going there just for a pacifier. She just need comfort at that time, and she might just, if she go to this other man to discuss some things that going on. And let me tell you, a lot of times, brother, if your woman go to another man, a lot of times she have a problem with you. She going to discuss you with that other man. Did you know that, brother? If she having a problem with you, she going to be discussing you with the other man. And the other man, he's gonna listen, but most of the time when the other man be listening, he don't really care about what's going on in her home. Most of the time they don't. They just there to, because they know the woman gonna give them a little piece of it, and that's why, and they'll listen to everything she say. Let me tell you this, sister, and I have said it before. Yes, you're right, Sister Pat, he needs to control it. Let me tell you this, sister. Listen to what I'm saying. Most of the time when you go out and cheat with another man, he might seem charming and all that kind of stuff. Listen to me carefully. He might appear to be charming and all that kind of stuff, but for most of the part, he there just for a moment, and he know you got to get up. You got to get up eventually and leave. And I want to tell you, this sister, this: when you get up and leave, that man's life don't stop. More than likely, he already has someone or someone's. Or somebody gonna come behind you. So, sister, don't think just because you go out, that man gonna just stop his life for you. He's not gonna stop his life for you. So, a lot of time when women do this, a lot of time they at the verge of checking out of the relationship. So, like I said, is there a difference between men and women cheating? There's a no and a yes. From a spiritual standpoint, there's no difference. Because a man and woman that's serious, committing a covenant relationship, there's no difference. From a spiritual standpoint, from the world standpoint, it would be yes. Men could basically do it, and it just be purely physical. A man go release himself into a woman, so he think the physical part, and he get up, wash up, and go home, and he don't have no mental, no emotional tie to it. Whereas a lot of time when this woman continue to let this man touch her, she's gonna get emotional bonded. Some men get emotional bonded too. But we're talking about soul ties. But we're not talking about soul ties now. We talk about is there different. Yes, no, and yes. No, from a spiritual standpoint, there's no different. Both, if a man and woman do it, it's strictly wrong. From the world point of view, they would say it's a difference between men and women. Because men are men and women are women. Men, it is expected for men, because men are supposed to be dogs. It's not expected a woman called, they'll get all these nice little names thrown on them. And I'm going to wrap this up with this, my brother and sister. When a man and woman cheat in a relationship, we talk about the physical part of cheating. Who is more willing to forgive, the man or the woman? To tell you the truth, my brother and sister, it appears that women are more forgiving than men. It appears that women are more forgiving than men when it comes to physical cheating. Because once a woman cheat on a man, it kind of like hit his ego. It hits his ego, because men be looking at like, okay, if I do it, it just like, it was just a physical thing. But in his mind, he can't see it being a physical thing for a woman. He can't see it. Whereas the woman could kind of like decipher that stuff and say, okay, it was a physical thing. We could work on this. But most men will not want to work on it, sister. If most men find out that you cheated on them and stuff, most of them, if they have to find out indirectly of you, that's the key. If they find out indirectly of you, the relationship probably going to be over. Because that's one thing, my sister, listen to me. There's one thing that most men will not tolerate. And the thing about it, it's hypocrisy. Men could go out there and cheat with other women, but men don't expect for their main woman to do it. Yes, it's hypocrisy. And yes, it is wrong, but that's how most men think. That's the American way. That's the world way, not only the American way, but it's a way. I'm telling you, my sister, most men, if they stumble open and find out, most of them, it's a wrap. Now, some men, how you doing, Sister Angela? Some men, they would try to work with you, but on the scale between 0 and 10, there might be maybe 2 men that might try to forgive the woman. And I'm going to be generous. I say 3 out of 10. But most of the men, it's a wrap when they find out that another man touched you, even if they have done it. Yes, it's hypocrisy. But even if they have done it, men have a high tolerance. That's one thing that most men would not tolerate, even if it's one time. Now there are some men that would try to work it out with their woman, but not many. But brothers, more women. I must say this about women: they could tolerate that stuff more than that. Don't mean you go out there and say, "Okay, Tony said she'll forgive me." I'm not saying she'll forgive you. I'm telling you, it appears that more women are more forgiving when it comes to the physical part of cheating. Men be ready to let a woman go if they find out a lot of time that the woman just talking to another man. It ain't even got to get to the penetration part sometimes, but the penetration part is the cherry on top of the pie. Like I have told you all before, and not keeping you long tonight, but just think about it. If those of you that came in late, the topic was, is there a difference between men and women cheating? You can go back and review the video if you choose to. But, you know, hopefully you get something out of it, my brothers and sisters. I love you, my brothers. I love you, my sisters. And I hope that you all have a good evening. And you know what time it is, don't you? It is that time to get ready to get out of here. I hope that you all have a good night. Remember, we're at the first day of the week. Have a good, positive week. I love you, brothers. I love you, sister. How you doing, Sister Jan? I love you. I love you. I love you. Peace out.